So hi and welcome to DriveSpark. So we are back with another video where we evaluate cars on a scale of 1 to 10 based on their engine, the specification, the mileage and the safety. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the best SUVs that you can buy under 20 lakh rupees, which is on road and not the ex-showroom price. And we are going to tell you the exact variant of the SUV that you can afford in under 20 lakh rupees on road. And in today's video, we are going to tell you about 3 diesel SUVs and 2 petrol SUVs as well. So car number 1, we have the Mahindra Scorpio N, and you can buy the Z4 diesel E variant for rupees 19,52,271 rupees on road Delhi. Now let's talk about the engine of the Scorpio N. So this variant particularly gets the 2.2 liter MG diesel engine, which is a 2198cc engine, and as far as the power output goes, it produces about 130 bhp of power and 300 Nm of peak torque, and comes mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. And we are going to give it an 8 out of 10 just because it's a very torquey engine and it's a powerful engine, and yes, it can haul a lot of luggage. Now if you talk about the mileage of this car, now the company claims about 15.94 kilometers to a liter, which is I think okay. So we're going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, where people have achieved a little more on the highway on a light foot. Now if you talk about the features of the Scorpio N, you get an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system, you get wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Apart from that, you get cruise control, height adjustable driver's seat, electrically adjustable and foldable ORVMs. Then you get rear AC vents and a push button start as well. So the equipment list is pretty decent, and we're going to give it an 8 out of 10. Now as far as the safety features goes, now it gets a 5-star global NCAP rating. Apart from that, this particular variant gets 2 airbags, where the top of the line variant of the Scorpio N gets 6 airbags. And apart from that, you get electronic stability control, hill hold assist, ABS, EBD, ISOFIX and child seat mounts as well. And just because of that, we're going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now let's come to car number 2, which is the Mahindra Thar Roxx. Now the Mahindra Thar Roxx, you can buy the MX3 rear-wheel drive diesel variant for rupees 19,56,505 rupees on road Delhi. Now this gets practically the same engine, that's the 2.2 liter MG diesel engine, but this thing produces a little more power. The power output is about 150 bhp and 330 Nm of peak torque, and this comes mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. Well, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 because this engine produces a little more power. It's a little torquey than the Scorpio N, particularly this variant, and yes, it can do some mild off-roading as well, since it's a rear-wheel drive and not a 4-wheel drive car. Now, if we talk about the mileage, the company claims about 15.2 kilometers to a liter, which is, I think, okay. People have achieved a little more. People have achieved even less mileage with this. Now, since this is a manual variant, obviously you can achieve a little more mileage if you're light on the foot, and just because of that, we are going to give it a 6 out of 10. If we talk about the feature list on the Thar Roxx, now it gets a 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system, a 10.25-inch instrument cluster, you have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you have cruise control, you have a push-button start, auto AC and rear AC vents as well. And apart from that, in this model, you get drive modes as well, and you have a height adjustable driver's seat. So seeing all these features, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10, which is, I think, a pretty decent amount of feature list that this car gets. Now, if we talk about the safety feature of the Thar Roxx, it gets a 5-star Bharat NCAP rating. It gets 6 airbags as standard. Electronic stability control is there. You get hill hold assist, hill descent control. You have ABS with EBD. You have ISOFIX child seat mounts and a rear parking camera as well. And since the feature list is a lot, we are going to give it a 9 out of 10. So now let's come to the car number 3, which is the Ford's Gurkha. And you're going to get the 3-door Gurkha, which is the 2.6 liter diesel. There's only one variant available in the 3-door Gurkha, and you are going to get it for rupees 19,01,474 rupees on road Delhi. Now the Gurkha, as you all know, is a big car. There's a 5-door version as well. The 5-door version is about 55 to 60,000 rupees more. So we're going to take the 3-door in consideration. If we talk about the engine, it gets a 2.6 liter FMCRDI diesel engine that pushes out about 138 bhp of power and 320 Nm of peak torque. Now, it's mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox, and because this engine is stocky, it's slightly underpowered for the car size. We're going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the mileage of the car, now the company claims about 9.5 kilometers to a liter, which is kind of less, but people have achieved slightly more. But some people, like majority of the people who have Gurkhas, are complaining about the mileage somewhat or the other. So just because of that, the low mileage, we are going to give it a 3 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the feature list on the Gurkha, it gets a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system. There is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Apart from that, you have manual front and rear differential lock, only car that gets it. You have a shift on the fly 4-wheel drive system with low range gearbox. You have tire pressure monitoring system. You have rear parking sensors, power window, and an automatic climate control. But obviously, you have a lot of features that are missing from this car. So just because of that, we're going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the safety features on the Gurkha, you have dual airbags with ABS and EBD. You have electronic stability control, tire pressure monitoring system, rear parking sensors, ISOFIX child seat mounts, and some other features. And just because of this, we're going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, 3 cars I have mentioned in diesel. Now, the next 2 SUVs are going to be petrol SUVs that you can buy under 20 lakh rupees on road. So, car number 4 is the Tata Harrier Petrol, and you can get the Adventure X version for rupees 19,69,425 rupees on road Delhi. Now, this thing gets a 1.5 liter turbo petrol engine, and this thing produces about 167.62 bhp and 280 Nm of peak torque. It comes mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox, and because this engine is powerful and torquey, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the mileage on this car, well, the Harrier is definitely not known for its mileage, and since the petrol version, you have the manual one, but it kind of does not give a lot of mileage. The company claims about 15 kilometers to a liter, but we had the car and not the manual one, but the CVT one. But I mean, we are not satisfied with the mileage of this car, so we are going to give it a 5 out of 10. So now let's talk about the feature list on the Tata Harrier. Now, the Harrier and Tata's all other cars are loaded with features. Now, just to start off, it has a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system that is very smooth, wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, a 10.25-inch cluster. You have automatic climate control, rear AC vents, a push button start, cruise control. You have a reverse parking camera, LED DRL, and alloy wheels as well. So in this particular variant, you have a lot more features than what I have just read out, and just because of that, we are going to give it a 9 out of 10, because yes, this is a feature loaded car. Now, if we talk about the safety features, obviously Tata is known for their safety features, and it gets a 5-star Bharat NCAP rating. You have 6 airbags, electronic stability, ABS, EBD, hill hold assist. You have ISOFIX. You have a 360-degree camera as well, tire pressure monitoring system, and just because of that, we're going to give it a 9 out of 10, because yes, the safety features are pretty good on Tata cars. Now, coming to car number 5, which is the last car on the list, is the MG Hector Smart Pro. Now, you can get the Smart Pro 5-seater CVT variant for rupees 19,61,100 on road Delhi. And if we talk about the engine, it gets a 1.5 liter turbo petrol engine that produces about 141 bhp of power and 250 Nm of peak torque. It comes mated to a 6-step CVT gearbox, and because the engine is slightly powerful and it has decent amount of torque also, and it can definitely lug and pull a lot of weight, we are going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the mileage of this car, now the company claims about 13.79 kilometers to a liter, which is not that impressive, and we are going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the feature list, it gets a 14-inch HD touchscreen infotainment system, big one, and you have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with it. It also gets a digital instrument cluster, automatic climate control, rear AC vents, and a push button start, along with cruise control, wireless phone charging, and reverse parking camera. And since the car is feature loaded, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, if we talk about the safety features, you have 6 airbags, electronic stability program, ABS, EBD, hill hold traction control, and tire pressure monitoring system. Along with that, you have ISOFIX mounts as well. And the feature list also goes on a little more. But as of now, we are going to give it an 8.5 out of 10, because yes, this thing is loaded. So yes, now the chart is on the scene of the best SUVs under 20 lakh rupees on road, and you can pause the screen and have a look for yourself. So I hope you like this video. If you liked it, do give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe, and drive safe.